はいどうも皆さんご機嫌いかがでしょうか。おときでございます。今回もアランウェイクアメリカンナイトメア続きをプレイしてまいります。
The last time the man came to the drive-in, it did not end well. He hopes to avoid that fate this time. He hopes that what he has brought with him to this place is enough.
よし頑張ろ
う。Serena's probably out of her
入れ
mind
ないよ
again.
ね。
But I'm gonna need that key so I can get the power back on.
喧嘩
To change the world, you must craft a blueprint for the new reality. Any work of art will do, as long as it's a genuine act of creation. That's what the energies of the dark place respond to. The results may be subtle and perplexing, or far-ranging and momentous. My area of expertise, the written word, gives much more precise results than music or interpretive dance would, for instance. But words can be extremely dangerous. What you define may become reality, but so can that which you imply, even if you don't realize you're doing so.
はいこんばんは。
You again?
I'm really just here to get the keys so I can get the power back on.
Do you want to hold me down? It's okay. I know you like that.
Yeah, I'll just grab the keys.
I could be like your wife, little wifey, waiting at home for hubby. Or you could be the mailman, or the neighbor.
I'm already married to someone who isn't crazy, thanks. I'm just gonna go and get the power back on.
Aww.
Look, I may or may not be back. I have the access code to the booth already, so once the power is on...
You should totally come see me. We could have fun. You know.
We'll see how it goes. You should sit down or something. Try to stay calm.
I don't want to be calm. I want to be nasty. I want to be nasty with you.
Yeah. Okay.
You could do anything you want. You can use my...
Let's not even go there. I was hoping that you'd remember more, but I guess that was too much to ask.
でここで鍵を取って
I was about to do the weather, but I see we have a caller. Hey, you're on the air with Eddie. What's up?
Hey, Eddie, it's Ricky. You talked about fate before. You think about that a lot?
じゃあ2回目いきますか。電源を復旧する。
Are you getting it yet, genius?
あれもう一人いなかったかな。気のせい。開けれた。ソードオフショットガン。ピストルの方がいいかな。こんな方に転が車の下行っちゃった。あ、取れる取れる。 慣れたね。
I want to talk about Alice. Just look at her. She's really beautiful, isn't she? Your wife. Well, our wife, really. Just my wife soon. Don't worry. I'm not gonna treat her like the others. She's special. If I wanted her dead, she would be. I've been around for a while now. So talented. You haven't seen her new work, of course.
あ、そういや写真家だったね。
It takes my breath away. Really, she's that good. Did you know that I've got a wedding ring too? Without similar. She's seen me a couple times, you know. I've let her catch glimpses. She thinks she's imagining things, of course. She thinks you're dead. It might as well be. I mean, even if you manage to keep surviving, you'll be in my trap forever. So I'll go to her. It'll be an amazing moment. Oh my God, you're alive. I'll be the good, loving husband for as long as I can stand it. She'll love it. And then, one day, somehow, it'll happen. Maybe I'll slip up, she spots something, or maybe she just starts running her mouth. And then, I'll do it. It's gonna be sweet. My darling wife.
で、向こう側だっけか。ここだよね。あ、原稿がある。
It's obvious that for all his power, Mr. is an agent of another greater being. The dark place he came from is full of terrible alien intelligences, dark presences, and none of them should be let loose in our world. He serves one of them. He'll open the way for them if I don't stop him. But he'll do more. He'll take over my life. He already has my face. He already uses my name. He'll become Alan Wake in every way imaginable and corrupt everything, unless I can stop him.
阻止してやるよ。これはまだ使っ
You're like a little hamster in a wheel. Go ahead and keep running for all the good it'll do you.
痛いちょっと追い込まれたっていうか自分から追い込む。あれ消えた。あれえなんで謎。 わお。アサルトライフルよくね。ライフル威力高いけど連射できないからね。アサルトライフルは弾が一瞬で溶けそうだけど。あ、原稿がある。どこだ。こっちじゃない。こっち側にもあるね。あれは出るときじゃないと無理か。こっちのは中かな。あー気持ちいい。チェックポイント。あったあったあった。
For Serena Valdivia, burning the midnight oil was more of an exception than a rule. A procrastinator and a perfectionist, she often worked when she wouldn't be disturbed. Tonight was especially important. The film festival would open tomorrow, and there was still so much to sort out. It wasn't that the work hadn't been done. She just didn't feel like she had completely mastered everything yet.
なんかパタパタパタパタって言ったけど、雲でも出てくるのかな。ショットガンはいいや。で両端だったかなこれ。あれ毎回違うのかなこれ。真ん中が点滅してるってことは真ん中だけをオンとか。あ、雲だ。この電気ビリビリの明かりで死なね。おっふー、危ね。痛い。さあ帰ろう。よし。結構いるね。もう行こう、逃げよう。 忘れてた。いっと原稿どこだ。あった。
The dark place is utterly hostile to human life. It eats at your mind, wants you to succumb to madness. Your own thoughts can turn against you. Every shadow conceals a threat that attacks at the slightest sign of weakness. You're under endless assault. Every day is a struggle for survival. But I've learned to take care of myself. I focus on Alice, our life together, my need to be with her. That takes me a long way in the dark place. As long as I have my gun and the flashlight.
あー気持ちいい。オフ。で、あれここ毎回迷うんだね。どこだっけ。ここじゃないよね。あれここか。
If you die, you lose. If you quit, you lose. If you make it to the end of the loop, you still lose. Sucker.
だ。リロード長い。あ、びっくりした。思いのほかリロードが長かった。今原稿何枚だっけ。おるふふ。あれ発煙筒を炊こうと思ったのに結構遅いよね、投げるのが。後ろにいた。今回は地面から突き出てくるやつは出ないのかな。次の通路を破壊するってやるから出てきた。 から湧いた敵も消えるんだね、一緒に。次どこだっけ？こっちの方だったかな。出ないけど。あれ？こっちか。発煙筒なくなっちゃった。あれ？時間かな？ある程度時間が経たないと出ないのかな？それとも違う場所？あれ？どこだ？こっちの方。あ、星のマーク出てるね。気がつかなかった。よし。で、入り口どこだっけか。向こう側か。あったあったあった。
The champion of light knows that the time itself is about to end. At least for him. He can feel the dead end rushing towards him. But there is time to act. Incomplete or not, he has the weapon.
I don't have the whole thing, but maybe it's enough.
ランプの向きを変えるって。あ、原稿。あ、違うのか。原稿を見る、持ってるやつを見るってことか。カレンダーだっけ？夏だったね。で、これと。消火器がスポットライトに照らされてる。内容変わるんだ。これで終わりじゃね？あ、フィルムノワールのポスターが見え。赤い消火。フィルムノワールって何？ポスター。ポスター。これ？お。
be cute, aren't you? What are you up to? It's a waste of time, buddy. You should just lie down and die. Let me take over. This is the only thing you've got coming to you. From here to eternity.
No matter how many times you come back.
また時間のループね。
Time folds back on itself. Again, his senses scream as the very impossibility of what is happening assaults them. But the champion of light endures. Each time he gets a little closer, each time another detail falls into place. Now the trap works against the herald of darkness.
健康じゃないのか。また新しい敵。首がない。あった。びっくりした。もったいない。硬い。後ろから見たら首がないように見えてびっくりした。あ、原稿があったらしい。どこだ？あった。
Thor and Odin Anderson, old gods of Asgard. I still don't quite know what to make of them. I know they used to be rock stars who modeled their stage personas after Norse gods.
同じことの繰り返しだけど、敵がね、どんどん新しいのが出てくるから、ワンパターンにはならないね。
Ravaged by age and self-abuse. But there's something in them, something powerful that took hold when they were touched by the powers beyond. A thing that goes far beyond just stage names. Something godlike.
OK、行こう。
Right on cue, bubbling to the surface from untold depths, the horrors come. The emerging monsters do not expect the warm reception that has already been prepared for them.
あ、もう早速これなんだ。よいしょ。3度目。
Next stop, saving Emma.
明かりがない。オフ。お。原稿がある。でもなんか今チェックポイントって出たね。明かりはなくてもチェックポイントはそのままなのか。
But once they actually picked up the instruments, something happened. They were two old men, and they weren't. They were doddering bags of bone, and they were barely contained power. And there was music. Barry rubbed his hands together. He knew how to pick a winner. Now all they needed was some direction on how to make things a little more modern. Barry had never produced a thing in his life, but he knew what he liked. He knew Balance Slays the Demon was going to be a hit.
Is it bad that this time I just went, oh, he's gonna be running on my ass?
Not as long as I show up, I guess.
マシンガンの弾なくなった。やっぱすぐ溶けるね。オッケー。
It's clear now.
Yeah, thanks for saving me again. I'd hate to die before I'm scheduled to be murdered.
I guess I have you to thank for setting everything up at the oil derrick.
Yeah, well, I figured that if we were going to go over this again, we might as well try to be smart about it, huh?
I appreciate it. You took a big chance doing that. You okay?
What do you think? I've died twice. I remember everything pretty clearly now. You said I was gonna be okay.
I don't know what happened.
It's not your fault. I think one of those, what did you call them? The takers? I think they did something to the power and they got me that way.
I'm sorry.
But I got the keys from the dead guy in that room. And I'm not handing them over until you do something about this. I'm sick of getting killed.
Fair enough. You seem calmer now.
I tried freaking out. Didn't do much good for me. I guess you get used to the craziest stuff.
殺されることになれるって。
Plus I figured I'd take the edge off, you know?
Mm-hmm. Those herbal supplements are pretty good, huh?
Oh yeah.
I wanted to try to explain things to you now since you're calmer, but maybe this isn't the best time after all.
Oh shit, yeah. Better not get all metaphysical on me now. Seriously, I'm like 2 sentences away from thinking how we could all be like atoms on God's skin or something.
Or figments of somebody's imagination?
Wow. I'm just gonna try to chill out and not think about that or getting murdered or anything, if you're cool with that.
Gotcha.
ヒューズボックスを守り、エマを救う。守りってどういうこと？
So I've been thinking about Barry. I don't know what to do about him yet. I mean, I'm not gonna keep him around, that's for sure. Al? Al? Ugh, little parasite. Your best friend. Really? That's the best you can do. I actually kinda like the guy. He's a plucky little butterball.
He plays the clown. That's a hard road to take. But I don't need him sticking his fat face in my business. Did you know he's been hanging out with the sheriff from that shitty little town? They keep in touch. Barry's about the only guy who insists that you're not dead. How about that? I might keep him alive for a while. Just to see him go to pieces when I fire his ass. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
原稿があるね。あったあったあったあったあった。
Emma wasn't sure exactly when the man arrived at the motel, but from what she could tell, the party started almost immediately. It was infectious, spreading from one room to another. He was mercurial, almost as if he was flickering through the scene, telling a joke here, throwing an insult there, oozing sex and violence and excitement. She had never seen someone like this before. He looked at her and smiled, and she felt her heart flutter a little. She knew he was the kind of man mothers warn their daughters about, but she told herself it didn't matter.
で、星マークはここにあるけど、おう、ほい、あれ、中か？あれ？あ、ここか。エマの元へ戻る。
Okay, I really don't think they can get to the power now.
Thank you. That's a relief. Here's the keys that you needed.
Thank you.
Hey, I have to tell you, at the diner, I went there with him. The guy who looks like you, okay? I know I said that I didn't.
Yeah, I figured. Want to talk about what happened at the diner?
There was this guy from the observatory, and he just attacked the poor dude, smashed his face into the tabletop a bunch of times. It was horrible. I didn't know that he was gonna do that. I swear. And I just ran. I just left him there. I didn't even try to help.
There was nothing you could have done. It's not your fault.
Well, he's dead in that motel room now, so excuse me if I feel pretty shitty about it anyway.
You shouldn't blame yourself.
I just didn't want to get involved. I have this tendency to just drop everything and run. I don't think I'm a bad person, but I didn't even call the cops. I'm such a coward.
If you'd called the cops, we'd have dead cops. He's not human. Do you understand? It's not your fault.
But I could have tried to stop him.
Believe me, if you had, you'd be dead. You seem to be doing a little better now.
Yeah, I guess it just got easier once I got this thing off my chest. I just feel so guilty about it, especially because I didn't pick up on any of the warning signs. I just really liked hanging out with him, you know? He was smart and charming and funny and hot. The way you could be, I guess.
I guess.
What's the deal with this guy anyway? He looks like you, he uses your name. Why does he do this stuff?
I'm not sure myself. Maybe he's just evil or my dark half. He does a lot of the stuff I'm trying really hard to get away from. Things that just messed up my life.
I guess all those murders don't help either.
Yeah, I could do without the murders and the end of the world. Listen, I need to get going.
Yeah, go. I think I'm good now. I hope.
Good luck. If it all goes well, maybe this is the last time we meet like this.
God, wouldn't that be great?
Just keep those lights on, okay?
モーテルの部屋を調べる。でまた観測所か。
The fate of countless individuals hangs in the balance, threatened by the machinations of the Herald of Darkness. And yet, for a moment, the Champion of Light breathes a little easier. He has saved one life. For this moment, it is enough. And soon, perhaps, he can put an end to this. Returning to the observatory for what he hopes is the final time, the man feels anticipation and dread in equal measure. Soon, he knows, he will have what he needs.
Hello, I was expecting you.
Hiya.
I've already taken care of the imaging array, but you should still look into securing the primary coolant flow. With some luck, you may be able to light the area before these things even show up.
お、なんか脅しい。あれ開かない。おう。ガチャンガチャンやってる。うっすー。ちょっと待って。いきなりすぐ後ろに湧くのはないよ。星ここについてない？あ、ここから入れるのか。あれ？ここか。おいガッチョン。
Very good. I believe we're ready to look into the sky.
Right there, Doctor.
だんだんと闇の抵抗が激しくなってきてるね。あれ？これで終わり？ふう。原稿。これで39枚目か。
This act of creation is exhilarating and frightening. Subtext and symbols loom eager to take effect. Causality and consequence become domino chains that stretch into infinity. The more fundamental the change, the more unpredictable the variables become. Reality is too complex to control completely. Ordinary questions become meaningless. Who created who? What is really real? Everything is as real as everything else. You'll learn to let go of the things you can't control and go with the flow, or go insane.
なんか読んでないやつがあったね。
The
なんで
film
だ
noir poster reminded me of Alex Casey, the detective's cool exterior. The atmosphere in the projection booth at the drive-in.
お、もうマシンガンの弾がない。そうだったね、割れるんだったねこれ。回復できないな。3回目となると厳しいね。40ページ、あと1ページ。うっすー、びっくりしたー。まだ剥がれてなかったか。弾無駄にしたー。あ、こいつがいるから前作と違ってこう通常状態で明かりが当てられないんだね。こうやって構えないと。原稿近くにない？あれ開けたいんだけどなさそうね。お、話が早くて助かるよ。それどうやって撮ってんの？
This is what you look like.
映ってたのか。
Does that bother you?
ガラスか鏡か
I
に。
bet it does. I'm not just wearing your face, you know. It goes a lot deeper than that. There's a lot of you and me. All the best parts. At first, I was just an idea. But they kept telling all those stories about you. You already had that rep. And then you disappeared mysteriously. And then, the stories about bad, crazy Alan Wake came true. And here I am. That's the best part, isn't it? When that happens, you can always count on Cauldron Lake. I'm just as real as you are. And I'm the improved version. No fears, no doubt, no weaknesses, no self-deception here. I don't let anything drag me down. I know you like I know myself. I know it bothers you that I'm like this, that I use your name, crawl my way into your life. But I only do it because I'm better at being you than you ever were.
おうえ
We need to protect the telescope or we can't complete the puzzle.
弾が欲しい。ありゃ。
Protect the telescope or we can't complete the signal.
終わったか。
But I wish these things would stop blatantly violating the laws of physics in my observatory. That's just rude. Are you alright?
I'll live.
I'm glad. I'll send the lift down to you. I remember our previous encounters very clearly now. But technically, if this really is a loop in time, we've never met before. I don't know why our awareness persists, but it's bloody fascinating.
Doctor?
You know, I know physicists who would give 15 years of their lives for a chance to experience something like this.
I'd imagine that being stalked by horrible axe murderers would curb their enthusiasm a little.
Clearly you've never met hardcore physicists.
I'm glad you're in such good spirits, but
Signal! Yes, it's completed.
finally,
お、解析できたの？
if all goes well, this should be the last time we go through the loop.
You know, I just realized that I don't have any memory of what happens after you leave. What does that mean?
I don't think it means anything. If everything goes well, you just keep going. I don't show up here like this again, no more bad guys. Things go back to normal.
Let's hope you're right. I'd love the opportunity to look into this in more detail.
Looks like you've accepted the situation.
I'm a pragmatist. If this is a delusion, at least my first psychotic episode is anything but boring. Really, Mr. Wake, at the end of the day, I'm a scientist. I love mysteries. I love not knowing. Whatever else this might be, it's absolutely fascinating. I wonder how far this reaches. Is everybody in the world experiencing this?
Who knows? I think reality's probably pretty fragile right now. Doctor, I can see you're very enthusiastic about this, I'd appreciate a bit of discretion.
Are you suggesting that we should suppress this?
No. You can do what you like, but I want you to leave me out of it.
But surely, with the things you know, the things you've experienced, you can replicate any of these results. We could...
Let me be blunt. If you drag me into this, I'll deny everything. I'll lie like my life depended on it. And writers are damn good liars. Word of advice. This is things man was not meant to know territory. You get into this, chances are you'll open up a door into a world of hurt. Believe me, I know.
I see.
In a strange way, he feels at ease. He is armed with his own words, and when the time comes, they will be enough, or they will not. For now, he's content to let the currents take him toward the final confrontation.
Hmm, ちょうどいい時間だし、ここで終わりにしましょうか。
Once more, we return to the drive-in. If he's aware of the absurdity of arming oneself with a few sentences and standing against a power that can pierce time itself, he doesn't show it. The man has his share of weaknesses, perhaps more.
違う場
But
所からスタートだね。
cowardice is not among them.
はい、では今回はここで終了とさせていただきます。最後までご視聴ありがとうございました。また次回もよろしくお願いいたします。それでは皆さん、ごきげんよう。ではでは。